Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has hidden unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure, or admire an old one. What will we find today? Let's dig in. Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
Have you ever done anything dumb and then God got you out of it? And then when He gave you a second chance, you ended up doing the same things, making the same mistakes, just as if you'd learned nothing the first time around? I've definitely had that problem. This happened to Abraham in Genesis 20 as well. Back when God had first called him and brought him into this new land, there'd been a famine. Without consulting God, Abraham had traveled down to Egypt to wait out the famine. Before they got there, he'd asked his wife, Sarai, to say that she was his sister because she was so beautiful. He thought someone might try to kill him to get her. The inevitable happened, and Sarai ended up in Pharaoh's harem. That's when the Lord stepped in with a but God. Genesis 12:17 says, "But the Lord inflicted serious diseases on Pharaoh and his household because of Abraham's wife, Sarai. As a result, the couple got kicked out of Egypt with a reprimand from Pharaoh." Abraham should have learned his lesson. That was back when Sarai was young and beautiful. Apparently, as an old woman, she had aged well and was still beautiful, or at least Abraham thought so. Because when Abraham moved to Gerar, he had the same fear, and he pulled the same stunt. But once again, Sarah was rescued by God. God came in a dream to Abimelech, the king of Gerar, who had taken her as his wife, and told him what was going on. Again, they were caught and chastised. So what should have Abraham learned the first time around? And what should we learn so we won't repeat the same sins over and over? One answer lies in Abraham's explanation of his actions to Abimelech. When Abimelech asked him, "What did you see that you did this thing?" Abraham replied, "I did it because I thought there was no fear of God at all in this place, and they would kill me because of my wife." He thought that because people didn't fear God, God had no power in that place to protect him, so he was afraid. He apparently did this quite often, everywhere they went, and had been doing it for years. He'd been afraid all this time, 25 years of traveling around, and he hadn't trusted God. Have you noticed that fear is a lack of trust in God, a lack of faith? Just knowing God is in control isn't enough. We have to trust that He knows what He's doing. Nothing surprises Him. It's all in His plan. Even though the people in that area didn't know God or fear Him, did that keep God from protecting Abraham? Don't you think Abraham could have trusted God to keep other men from killing him and taking his wife? Of course. Then why don't we trust God with what we fear in our lives? If you don't already know Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, I challenge you to learn it this week. It says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your paths straight." Trust God, not your own logic or your own contingency plan like Abraham did. Give everything in your life to Him. Don't hold anything back. Pray about every detail. Then act on what God tells you to do. Don't let fear be a factor in your decisions or actions. Trust God. He has unlimited power. He has a but God for every situation you face.
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. Also, if you'd like to share a treasure God has given you by doing an episode, please contact us. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you'll find in the description below. Thanks for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.